What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video I'll be showing you how to draw Bulbasaur from Pokemon. For this lesson we'll need some plain white paper and a pencil. I'll be drawing with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now I want to begin today's lesson by focusing on the proportions and the pose of our character. So let's start all the way over on the left side. We're going to sketch a line coming down, starting from the very top. Just going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom using these short lines. Let's go to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. Now we want to use these two lines to help us create a large oval for the head on the top left side of our page. So from that center point, let's move up towards the top. Mark this off right about there. Let's measure that distance from the center down towards the bottom. Now I want to do the same thing across this horizontal line, but we're going to go a little bit wider. So measuring the distance from the center over towards the left, and we'll just move over. Take that distance from the center on the left side over towards the right. Now we're going to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our oval. Let's start with the top left. Just going to go all the way around. And this oval doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to capture the right size and placement along the top left side of our page. Okay, let's go back and just smooth this out. Let's go to the bottom left side of our oval. Sketch a straight line coming all the way down the body towards the bottom. Let's go to the side of our oval on the right side and draw that same angled line coming down. Let's add another line going across the bottom of our oval from left to right. And then the body's a little bit taller than half that oval. So we're going to move down to right about here, sketch a line going across. Now that we've established the proportions of the head and the body, let's go and modify the shape. Right where these two lines meet, we're just going to curve the back, coming around, and just pull that in towards that bottom line. Now with the head, we're just going to turn this over towards the left. So we're going to take the center seam and just bend that out towards the left side. So we're going to go out, come down and back in towards the center, towards the bottom. Let's draw the bottom edge of the eyes. In between these two lines, we're going to step in, curve this eye, coming down and up. Now in the center, on the right side, right here, we're going to add another curve. We're going to come down and then up. From the inside of the eye, bend this up and then out toward the left and right side. Let's go to the outside, just going to tuck this in. We're going to go up and then in. Now from that eye line, we're going to step down and draw another line going across the mouth. From this point, let's step out. It's going to angle the mouth, coming down and in towards the center. And then over on the left side, we're going to curve the bottom of the mouth. We're going to come all the way down, round out the mouth, and just pull that up on the right side. We're just going to line this up with the outside of the eye. Now I want to position the iris and pupil over towards the right. So let's start on the top left. So bend this around and then in towards the bottom. Let's go over towards the right side and do the same thing, adding that same curve for the edge of the iris. In the center of the iris, we're going to draw an oval for the pupil. Let's go over to the right and do the same thing. And then we want to block in the basic shape of the ears. Let's start on the left side, draw a straight line going up. Go to the right side and do the same thing, going up towards the same height. Angle the ear, coming down and then in on top of the head. Now I want to go back and just round out the belly. We're going to start up here, just going to round this out along the bottom, just blend that down towards that bottom line. Now we're going to add two legs along the front. Let's start underneath the head on the left side, bend this out, come back in towards that bottom line. Let's go underneath the body, curve this down and then out. Now the arm on the right is going to come down at an angle. Let's start underneath the head, bend this out, and then down towards the bottom, step down, curve this down and then out. Now with the hind leg, we're going to sketch out a circle. Let's start from the back. Just going to blend this into a circle going across in behind the front arm and then back down. Let's draw the back leg in behind with a curve coming down and then in. Now I want to establish the size of that bulb across the back. Let's start behind the ear. We're going to go up, come across, and then pull that down towards the back. Let's draw an angled line going across the center, going up towards the top. Now on the end, we're going to draw a small half circle for the end of the bulb. Now with our rough sketch in place, let's go back and clean this up by erasing some of these guidelines. Now that we've cleaned up our drawing, we use this as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the shapes. Let's start with the outside edge of the head. We're going to start from the outside, bend this up and then in towards the ear. I'm just going to go slightly darker than the rough sketch. It's going to bend the cheek going out and down, round out the cheek, and pull that in towards the chin. Just go all the way across, and then up towards the inside of the right arm. Now I'm going to go back and add some more shape to the mouth. Just going to bend this down, in towards that center point. Bend the mouth going out and then up. Mouth coming down in behind. Now I'm going to add the edge of the tongue over on the left with a curve. Add 2 small teeth with a V on either side. Let's round out the ears. Just going to round out the tip. Bend this back in towards the top of the head. Continue that curve going across. Down the side. And then towards the back. Add those nostrils along the front. Now with the back, we're just going to bend this down from the head, go out and just bulge out the back. Bring that down towards the bottom. We'll go back and add some shape to the arms. And then the body curves down and then in. And then along the bottom of the arms, we're going to add 3 claws. So we're going to start with the curves. We're going to do 3 curves along the top. And then we want to pull this down in towards a point. Let's do the same thing across the front arm. And then across the back, we're just going to see 2 claws coming down. And then along the back, add 3 more. Now I want to separate the bulb into 3 parts. So the main one in the center, I'm just going to pull this in on either side, up towards the top. And I'm just going to bend this up towards the end. Now across this edge, there's these little points going across. We're just going to add 4 points. I'm just going to layer the ones on the side in behind. Just bending this down and out, across and in behind the head. And then down towards the bottom. Now let's go clean up our drawing before we add in our contrast. And now we're going to go and start darkening up our contours. So we'll start with the eyes, starting along the top of the eyelid. And then from here, just going to work our way around the side of the head. You see that I'm applying some thick and thin lines. So placing the thick lines across the base, just to give it a little bit of weight, or in the center of each curve. And we're going to do one final check and clean up. And we're going to go back and just lightly add those spots across the body. We're going to start with the head. Just going to lightly trace these out. Starting with the main one first, in the middle, the forehead. And working our way around. Add a fold across the top of the brow. And then working down across the arms and limbs. Now we're going to go in and darken up the inside of each spot. And for this I'm using a 2mm mechanical pencil, so it's got a wider end. Let's go in and darken up the inside of the iris, going around the pupils. We'll add a curved shadow along the back side of the tongue, and then just darken up the top. I want to go in and add a shadow line across the body. So placing the shadows across the right side of the body. Also across the bulb. And we'll go in just lightly shading the inside of the shadows. And once we finish adding in all our shading, we'll be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. That's how to draw Bulbasaur from Pokemon. Make sure to come back tomorrow because I have another very special tutorial for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.